I saw an article you wrote about Arizona. I live in Arizona, and I was thinking about you were making some predictions about how they were growing here and terms of industry, and it reminded me of the Forbes summit I attended in when you interviewed like Steve Case, the creator of AOL and all that. And back then they were talking. It was a Midwest conference, and they were saying that the Midwest was kind of the former Silicon Valley because innovation used to be there before. Now it was in California more. Do you see,
Right.
Where do you see Arizona? Do you see other areas like? Do you see the next Silicon Valley somewhere else? I'm just curious where you think
Well,
it's going.
the valley still has the mystique, just as in the early 1800s, when the Industrial Revolution was getting underway, the city of Manchester, England, became the symbol of industrialization, and so too Silicon Valley. The same thing today, but there are many other centers. You find them in Austin, Texas. You find them in Provo, Utah, and all around the country. And that's the nice thing about high tech; it can disseminate. Even though the valley is still very, very important and is strong enough to survive the crazy government policies in California. I don't know how long that'll last, but so far they've been vigorous enough. And one of the things, and my friend John Tamney, who writes for Forbes, has pointed out, and others have pointed out, is that in Silicon Valley, you have more business failures there than in any other part of the country. Now, we think of failure as stagnation. There, it's a sign of vigorous life. People constantly trying new things, and the ones that succeed do mightily well, but most don't. And so that kind of vigor, when people say, "Oh, we must save businesses," and in Silicon Valley, they shoot them every day, and yet it's one of the most dynamic wealth creators, technology creators in the world. So, useful lesson. You need constant experimentation to make progress. But high tech is all over the place, and I tell you, one of the high tech centers of the world, soon to rival in some ways Silicon Valley, is the state of Israel. All of 8 million people. In terms of listings on NASDAQ, there are more, other than the U.S., there are more listings of Israeli companies than any other country in the world. Technology startups. They are a high-tech powerhouse. 8 million people. They do more than the continent of Europe with 500 million people.